Hi, I'm Frank Piller. I'm Professor of Technology and Innovation Management at RWTH Aachen University. And my research is about how companies make sense and benefit from new process technologies like Industry 4.0, additive manufacturing, or artificial intelligence in manufacturing.
By your definition, Frank, what is Industry 4.0? What does it consist of and what doesn't it consist of?
For me, the essence of Industry 4.0 is collaboration. It's a really unheard of ability to connect things and to collaborate between humans and machines, and between machines among themselves. What Industry 4.0 is not, you also asked, it's not digitalization, as digitalization is actually, for me, Industry 3.0. Where for me, Industry 4.0 really gets exciting is if you use it for new business model innovation. If you really see that you have new abilities in your smart factory, in your connected supply chain to provide more value towards your customers or society per se.
If this is such a positive trend, why are some organizations still not embracing it?
If I would know that, then I would be a billionaire. But why are companies not just doing it? In general, it's nothing where you just turn on a switch. As what I learned is really that Industry 4.0, of course, demands a strong technological, IT backbone. But in the end, it's really a mindset, so to say. So it's, of course, first you need to connect your devices. You have to store the data. But then you have to turn this into insights, into predictions or prescriptions. And even if you have prescriptions, you have to execute on those. And along this, we need a lot of changes in the chains, how we access information, who is allowed to utilize information. Or do we trust, as a really experienced managers, the insights of an algorithm? So there may be a new kind of not invented here, or algorithm aversion. But perhaps the biggest challenge, and it shows consistently into many surveys and audits, is that you also need a clear vision. Why are you doing it? And I think this is where many companies still lack. And this is why I'm happy that you in your company are really taking this exercise with all your executives to think about and strategize about it. As a missing alignment among top executives is consistently shown as a number one hurdle. So are we doing it to really just have more efficient plants? Are we doing it for a new business model? Are we really doing it for a better world? And what sounds rather simple is not in reality. So to define the purpose of your Industry 4.0 initiative probably is where you really should start with.
What are some of the most common mistakes and misconceptions of companies that explore digitalization?
Well, perhaps one mistake is that digitalization and Industry 4.0 starts in your IT department. That is really a task of IT. I think it should, in the end, start with, on the one hand side, as we talked about earlier, with the top management, for vision and purpose. But actually, it also should start with the user. And in the end, the user, the operator in the plant, the logistics worker, in your warehouse. These are the people that have their daily challenges, their daily problems, to solve. And you have to start with them and asking, okay, how can we help you to become more satisfied in your job, become more efficient, to have a lesser workload, physical workload, and so on. And then starting really bottom up from these use cases in a holistic way, I think, is really where you should start.
When and how does a company become a trendsetter rather than a follower when it comes to embracing the digital era and disruptive technologies?
It's actually a very good question, and I would ask back, do I really have to be a trendsetter? Perhaps I'm really good as a follower, and again, it depends on what's your purpose of Industry 4.0. If you're mainly on operational efficiency, as you say, the products, we build are really the same as before, well, actually being a follower is good. Let the others make the mistakes, Wait until standards settle, and really see the cost savings kicking in.
So where are we now at this Industry 4.0 journey? Is it still an early phase, or are we entering more of a mature phase, in your opinion?
So I think we are somehow at a shift. We now have a decade of Industry 4.0, and I think conceptually, from a management perspective, we understood it quite well. We have these early adopters and so on. So I would say for the traditional perspective of Industry 4.0, to connect your assets, to gather data, to integrate data, silos of data, to get prescriptions and predictions out of this, we are actually in a good stage. And, well, I can say it easily, you just have to execute. However, we are also in the moment at a shift to what some people call Industry 5.0, others say it's this. And this is that we move our platform from what we do within our company to industrial ecosystems. So if you really would like to be a follower, I would say really making sense about what this means, for Atlas Copco, these ways of an economy based on connected business ecosystems, where the integrator are pools, of industrial data. This clearly could provide you in a leadership position.
Very good. Thank you so much for taking the time, Frank.